Thank you to Kaizen Game Works for providing Source Gaming with a Steam review copy of Promise Mascot Agency. Yakuza, mascots, and agency simulation while truck-bound. I could never see myself playing a management job simulation game. Simply having a job would be enough. However, this combination Kaizen Game Works presented with Promise Mascot Agency was intriguing enough to catch my interest. After failing to ensure the transfer of 12 billion yen after being ambushed by rival Yakuza, Michizane Sugawara, the janitor and lieutenant of the Shimazu family, is punished with death for his failure. Or that's what the Shimazu family will want the public to believe. As the 12 billion yen will still need to be recouped, Michizane is sent to the town of Kasomachi for a special task, running a mascot agency. Driven away on the back of his truck in a body bag, Michi is left at the Promise Hotel. This is where he meets Pinky, an assertive delinquent mascot abandoned here who ran the agency before it fell apart and became a dinky hotel. With Michi now leading the agency, Pinky as your second-in-command assistant, and many more willing to support, it's time to make some money. However, it won't be easy as the struggles of management, being intertwined in the world of the underground, and the corruption of Mayor Maeda will take any opportunity they can to put your drive to a halt. And drive you shall, as all traversal in Promise Mascot Agency is truck-bound. With Michi in the driver's seat and Pinky in the back, you'll cruise, drift, boost, crash, and even glide across Kasomachi. Although there were times when I felt like I would enjoy the game more if I could just walk around, especially with certain hard-to-reach corners, this unique method of travel grew on me very quickly. It wasn't just because I found myself giggling as I drove off hills at full speed to crash wherever I pleased, but it was due to the comforting sounds and views. Additionally, the upgrades you receive, such as being able to catapult Pinky into various destructibles for rewards, or driving into trash to turn it into funds, meant constant minor progression amidst every cruise. However, there are challenges with always being in the driver's seat: motion sickness and reversing. When I entered the first big driving sequence, my head immediately drove into mush due to the default sensitivity options. While there are accessibility options with camera recentering or placing a focus dot onto the screen, nothing could help shake off the feeling aside from just trying to get used to it. There are times where I don't feel it, but it will randomly creep back in conjunction with the second issue. This may be more personal as I don't have a driver's license. Getting accustomed to driving in reverse and turning left or right, which is the inverse of your direction input, is a little difficult. Let's get into the mascots, because that's what this game is all about. While your first mascot, Tofu, comes to the agency looking for a job, the majority will be found by exploring Kasomachi for various lonely mascots looking for work and enticing them with employment by offering certain worker benefits and/or pay cuts. Then, as you continue in your exploration of the town, you'll run into various people such as business owners, teachers, farmers, train conductors, and more who are looking to rejuvenate their dreams and establishments with promotions. When these job opportunities open, you can send your available mascots to work these positions to earn for themselves and the business. Earn money to send back to the Shimazu family, and manage your funds to ensure you have enough to pay your daily bills. Save up to give your mascots previously negotiated bonuses and pay raises. You're not just working to support the business, you're working to support your mascots, and that looks like this. When they're on the job, mascots will often face trouble such as being stuck in a door, dealing with broken machines, stalkers, and much more. To help them, you could give them items before the job to protect them from such dangers. However, the more beneficial method is sending them naked and assisting when they call for help. By tuning into the livestream hosting their event, you'll enter into a one-sided card game with your mascot support hero cards. As their name states, these are cards of Kasomachi citizens and literal heroes that seek to support your mascots. By playing your cards right, you reduce each danger's health to 0, immediately ending the job and receiving the payout. Although sending mascots off with special items allows you to progress other tasks in Kasomachi as they work, receiving payouts urgently lets you send money more frequently to your family. I prefer receiving funds rapidly to assess what my utilization for it may be, upgrading the company's functions, or supporting the people of Kasomachi with their dreams. That last part is where gameplay and story weave together to present the heart of Promise Mascot Agency. With various business owners and citizens you interact with, they want to help you as much as you help them. This is why they're most of your mascot support hero cards. By tackling their town quests, which often consist of finding their scattered items such as treasured anime DVDs, old shmup arcades, cleaning shrines, or finding lost kittens, the layers of that character and Michi will peel back, revealing many charming personalities and interests. It's hard to choose just one, but one that resonated with me most was Montague the Kappa, a retired mascot that saw more passion in giving a home to old arcade shmups. As you collect more trashed arcade cabinets, more special conversations unlock about his interest in preserving these fictional classic titles. What's best about it is seeing his interests clash with those of the younger Pinky, an older generation gamer with those of the modern interests, and where the experiences clash or overlap. Your Promise Mascot Agency isn't just about fixing Michi's mistake for the Shimazu family. It's about ensuring the dreams of people and mascots can be achieved. Help them out, their support card strengthens, thus helping you out. Whether it's in the driver's seat or amidst conversation with the locals, Promise Mascot Agency wants you to feel immersed in its aim to capture the feeling of Showa-era 1980s Japan. Where such could be communicated simply due to the rural setting of Kasomachi, a large part of it goes to the game's drab color palette and lack of showing modern technology. Although I did state that there were live streams earlier, and characters will occasionally pull out a smart device, your time exploring the sparsely populated town as you drive by rivers, local shrines, and speak to older individuals outnumber those instances. Offsetting the drab and rural setting are also the mascots themselves, colorful and quite goofy. If you didn't happen to realize it yet, these are not people in costumes. These mascots are just as sentient as humans and aim to stick out with their simplistic designs, making them quite charming as you unfold what they're about. There's also props to be given for the game's aims at accessibility. To share a few examples, you can make driving easier on your hand with the use of tap driving rather than holding to accelerate. There are various font options to ensure readability, and as stated prior, you can utilize controller sensitivity or display options to make driving reduce motion sickness. One detail within the game that I appreciated was the usage of volume mixing and music alterations. As characters spoke, the background music would turn down to ensure that you could hear the voice acting, whether you could understand the Japanese dialogue or not.
私らはヤクザぞ。死は人生の一部や。後ろは振り返らんで、はよやれ。時代は変わるし、私らにはやるべきことのある。
Additionally, the music will slow down when menus are open, giving you something to appreciate even while managing the business or checking out the world map. Although I was worried about my enjoyment in playing a game focused on management simulation, Kaizen Game Works wrapped Promise Mascot Agency in a unique mixture of contagious passion and quirkiness. There are more aspects within the game that I haven't touched upon, such as the political debates that you can have or the supernatural findings within Kasomachi, but I think those are all aspects one will fully appreciate once they've had the game in their hand for long enough. Passionately written characters in a dreary, dying town, while you're truck-bound stunt driving alongside silly-looking mascots who often have a knack for dark humor, soothed by great music and countryside views. Promise Mascot Agency is an incredibly charming title. If you'd like to play Promise Mascot Agency yourself, it releases on Steam and all major platforms today. Thank you once again to Kaizen Game Works for providing Source Gaming with a review copy. Thank you for watching, subscribe if you liked the video, leave a like as well, and always remember to return to the source.